Hello, I'm Sierra Pup with KNN, and this is going to be the review of Goodnites. First things first, we're going to go into thickness. I have a couple pairs here. They're relatively thick. They get a 6 out of 10. They're pretty thick for training pants, but they definitely could be thicker. Next we'll go on to Crinkles. They got a 7 out of 10, and as you can probably hear it, they are pretty crinkly, but I wouldn't worry about wearing them in public. It wouldn't really be detectable. It might be detectable under really light pajamas, though, but I doubt it. The prints, they get a 9 out of 10. There are a few negatives first. They don't have a wetness indicator, and they could feature characters, like they do have camo prints, and they have skateboard prints. The back typically feature the print. There is a third print that was not in this. They have the little back tags, and the sides are colored, which is nice. It makes them look more like pull-ups, and that's what I did like, is that on the positive, they definitely look like training pants. So if you are ABDL, they do actually have that cute training pant look, and they're perfect for that regressive effect on the wear, that they are legit training pants. I especially love the little underwear print. I've always liked that. I would say they're safe to wear in public, but love the undies lines. They have the colored sides compared to the previous models. I do have a few images here. These are old cutouts, and as you can see, the previous models, if it'll focus, were white. They were white on the sides. They have really crappy skateboard prints. Wasn't much, so it is much nicer now, the 2013 version. Next we're going to go on, and the print is all the way around, as I showed before. Next we're going to go to the sides. They only got a 7 out of 10. They do rip on occasion right here down the side connection, and if you pull too hard, they rip here by accident, but only if you pull too hard or they're too tight. They're definitely very strong, though, but they could be stronger, and one thing I would say is that they also could be thicker. They are very thin when they're stretched out. Next, we're gonna go on to and my notes are stuck. Yay! Absorbency. It's very similar to that of a D-pen pull-up. It only got a 6 out of 10. It holds about one wetting, but only if you do it very slowly. It can leak out the sides. It'll leak out the elastic, and more specifically, these leg cuffs right here aren't that good. It'll just come right through them, and I was kind of disappointed in that. But that also does give it more of a training pant-ish feel. Let me see. Yeah, and it'll also, the biggest issue I had with leaks was not actually the bottom here, but up here towards this area where there just doesn't seem to be very much of this side in the first place. So that could be improved, but it still gets a 6 out of 10 because they were decently absorbent. The scent gets a 6 out of 10. I don't think it was an intentional smell, but they do smell very nice. It could be more present, and it doesn't hide odor, though. As far as pricing goes, it gets an 8 out of 10. I calculated down, it is about 75 cents each. I got the Mega Pack, I believe, which came out to $19.77 plus tax. It comes with 2 times more pants than their jumbo, which I'm assuming is what's in these ads here, which, as you can see, one's at $9.99, one's at $13.99. Don't know how much that has changed over the years, but it's typically around that area. Got 27 for $19.77, so that came out to be about 75 cents each. As far as sizing goes, it's accurate, but fits larger people and could use a larger size for teenagers, not tweens. When I'm talking about teenagers, it could be more specifically made for older teenagers, 13, 14, 15 and up. These just seem to be made for, when they speak of teen sizes, they're really talking about tweens, 12, 11, 10, 9. But they will fit you decently sized. They probably reach the largest, the large X large is about 40-inch waist. What I would recommend though is, it wasn't the waist I had an issue with, but actually the length. It could be 2 inches longer as it came up 2 inches short. This is what I'm speaking of when they could make a size for teens. These are relatively long though. To give you a size reference, let me see if I can lock this down. Get this to 1 foot. Alright. So that's about 1 foot there, so it's got 2 inches. It could be till it's a foot long on each side. And it could be, I'd say 2. Again, it could definitely fit a teen, but I would recommend to Huggies that they do make a larger version instead of trying to make it all in one. As far as packaging goes, it's not a factor. It will stand out, obviously. Definitely not very discreet. Even though it doesn't really show much, if you walk through a store with this, pretty much everyone knows what it is. But it's just going to depend how you do it, basically. So, no rating. As far as comfort goes, they were very comfortable, but they could be longer front to back, as I just said, and they could produce a teen size. Waist is comfortable and stretchy, and it doesn't cut into the skin. That's something very, very few pull-ups are able to do, and it doesn't cut into the skin, and that's very nice. As far as uses, it gets a 7 out of 10. It's great for pretend training. But I would say it's not really for bedwetters. In teens and adults, you would need a larger size and much more absorbency than what these currently have. They also need better side leak guards, and but it is definitely a good first diaper if you're ever willing to try them out. If you're looking to get back into them, these are definitely a good start. They were originally what I was going to use for my first start, but I wasn't able to find them, and that comes down to availability. These are typically available in pretty much every store, but like I said, stores can run out of things, and that's what happened to me when I originally did it. But you'll probably find a regular replacement, probably like Underjams or others. So they are very well available, and they're cost effective. So overall, it gets a 7 out of 10. Great availability, great price, and the prints are just wonderful. Just like pretend training. It's definitely a good first diaper. It's not as useful as it could be though. And I will buy again, but I would definitely buy more with the changes below mentioned previously. Changes. Anyways, that's been our review of the Goodnites by Pull-Ups, which is an off-brand by Huggies. And I hope to have more soon, just to give you a hint at what it looks like inside, since I didn't get around to showing that. Pretty simple. They're basically a pull-up, and they're definitely very nice, and I like them. But as I said, there are a few simple changes they could make, and it would be a lot better. Thank you for watching. Bye.